Hello everyone. Before we start, I have a question for you. What color do you get when you mix yellow and blue? Well, most of you will remember from elementary art class that when you mix blue and yellow, you get green. How about let's test it here. So, I have a yellow light and a blue light. Let's try mixing them. As you can see, we got a whitish color instead of a green color. Did your elementary teacher lie to you? Not exactly. Let me break it down to you by looking at the art side of color and the science side of color. The first person to truly reveal the secret of color was in fact a physicist. Isaac Newton claimed that color actually came from light. He discovered that sunlight can be separated into 7 different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Newton also discovered that 3 colors are unique: green, red, and blue. By mixing these colors, you will get white. But why does mixing these specific colors create white? The question can be answered through later studies in quantum physics and biology. It turns out that colors are electromagnetic radiations, a form of energy that includes radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, gamma rays, as well as light. Yes, the radiations in your microwave and the signals from your Wi-Fi are the same thing with the lights and colors we see. They just have different energy levels. We can only see a very small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, and we call that portion visible light. Inside our eyes, there are 3 different types of cone cells. Each type can detect radiations of low, medium, or high energy level. These 3 energy levels correspond to Newton's 3 primary colors. Our brain then processes the different amount of primary colors in a region, and then we will see different colors in that region. When we see green and red together, our brain will tell us yellow. And when we add blue on top of that yellow, we will see white because all 3 primary colors are present. And this is the reason why yellow plus blue give us white. At this point you might ask, wait a minute, I mixed paint before. Yellow plus blue is definitely green. And actually, I would agree with you on that part. Just like shown here. Years after Newton's discoveries, painter Jacob Christophe Leblanc created his own color theory. He defined the primary color as red, yellow, and blue. By mixing these 3 colors, you can achieve almost any color. His theory reduced color mixing to mechanical practice, and this is still widely used by artists today. So what exactly makes a difference that blue plus yellow here is white and blue plus yellow here is green? Paints actually work differently with lights. They do not emit light but reflect light. For objects that reflect light, some lights bounce off the surface and some are absorbed. We can only see the reflected lights. Take the yellow paint for example. It absorbs blue lights and reflects red lights and green lights. The blue paint I used absorb red lights and reflect blue lights and green lights. If we combine the property of the 2 paints, red lights and blue lights are absorbed and only green lights are reflected, which is why mixing blue and yellow with paint results in green. When we directly mix the emitted lights, like sunlight and lights from these light bulbs, it is called the additive method, with the primary color being red, green, and blue. And when we mix materials that absorb lights, like paints, we call it the subtractive method, with primary color being red, yellow, and blue. this mystery of colors is finally solved. But what's more interesting is the way the science of color and the art of color is related. The deeper we go into the arts and the sciences, the more we see the interwoven relationships between the two. We have photography and optics, music theory and sound waves, aerospace engineering and origami, the Hubble telescope and digital arts. And there are more and more stories for you to discover. Today, scientists are finding inspiration from art, and artists are enabled by the advances in sciences. If you're an artist, I hope you read a biology article or watch a short video on physics. If you are a scientist, visit a museum or look for nuances in a painting. You will discover a surprising number of parallels between the two sides. Finding and taking advantage of the common ground between arts and sciences is a key to more profound innovations and discoveries in the future. I wish you best of luck on your journey pursuing the arts and sciences.